You know, they call me the episode title king, and that's for good reason. Because with an episode title like the one that is this episode that is titled in the way in which it is titled, you can tell that I am the king of episode titles, which is why this episode is titled so awesomely. So yeah, I don't think really there's much more of an introduction needed because just read the title, people. It's amazing. This show is going to be amazing. This episode is going to be amazing. Kind of like me. So let's do this. Hit it, James.
The Brad Johnson Show.
I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
You're about to enter the winning zone.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Brad Johnson. Here as always with me, assistant to the host, recently performance evaluated, James Kirkland. Welcome
Here
to
as always.
Well, that was definitely in question, but this is the Brad Johnson Show, and I'm turning losers like you into winners like me. Ladies and gentlemen, man, what a day to do some burning questions, because I right now am sitting in an ice bath, just, getting my cool on.
Yeah, I was gonna get one as well, but I just have a glass of ice instead, so it'll have to do.
That's bad for your teeth, James. I would definitely let that melt before you do any of that. So, ice bath, though, get the blood moving. It is flowing to my brain. I can tell you. I can feel it. I can feel the blood flowing from my legs to my brain. And yeah, you don't have any idea how much blood is in your legs just doing nothing until it's actually moving to where it should be, which is your brain.
Yeah, wisdom truth bomb right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's going to be plenty more where that came from, believe me. But before we get to your burning questions, it's time for a word from our sponsor. All right, James, this is the first burning question episode of season 3. I am stoked.
Yes, we're so ready for this. We've been preparing. We've piled up a bunch of questions from the break, and so we're ready to jump back in and start just solving people's problems and fixing people's lives.
Yeah, and after the season finale, season 2 finale, where we had the burning question extravaganza, that was that was amazing, and actually had good questions. I was just absolutely blown out of the water. I was like, man, these questions are good. So let's hope that the audience actually keeps up their end of the deal and provides some good question here for this episode.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and why don't you let the people know where they can send in their questions too, so that we can make sure that they get their questions answered.
Of course. The best place to get your question answered is to go to iTunes and leave what they call a review. That's not what we call them. We call them comments or questions. But if you put in the 5 stars, we'll be able to see the message. If you don't have iTunes, first of all, what are you doing? But second of all, go to Twitter and tweet at us at Brad Johnson Show and use the hashtag BradKnows. And we will see your comments and questions, and we will answer them on the show.
I will graciously answer them on the show. And that works on Instagram and Facebook too. That's at Brad Johnson with a hashtag Brad Knows. All right. So we got some questions to answer. I got some wisdom to impart here in my brain that is about to flow through my mouth into your brain cavity. And there's plenty of room in there. Believe me, people. All right. So let's get this first question rolling.
All right, here goes. How much do you think all of your degrees contributed to where you are today? Well, first of all, we should ask, how many degrees do you have? Do you know how many degrees you have?
James, you're embarrassing me. I don't have, man. There's, wow. Well, I guess we could, look back on the wall there. I don't like to show them off, but, people just put them on my wall. Like, what you gonna do? All these degrees end up on your wall. Yeah, so I don't know. There's 10, 12, couple dozen, something like that. But yeah, it's AOEP, my alma mater, and alma pater as well. It's both my mother and my father of my education. Really, there's so much entrepreneurial winningness that happens at that college. I love promoting them on the show. AOEP, definitely go check them out if you want to get some degrees, because really, there's no other reason to go to any other college, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, it really is the only college worth going to. I didn't go there, but it's because I hadn't heard of it before. It's because it's so exclusive. That's why I hadn't heard of it, and that's probably why you haven't heard of it.
Well, you can't even go there. It's completely online. So that's a big part of that. So yeah, I definitely check out AOA. But how much has it contributed to where I am today? I think that I have actually contributed to where my degrees and the college is today. I think that's really what's happened. It's kind of a reverse of what you might think. That the degrees didn't get me somewhere. I got the degrees somewhere.
Wow. Wow. So you just being in their program just improved the quality and content of the degree.
Yeah, I kind of developed a bit of a reputation for asking questions that would just rock the professors back on their heels because they obviously didn't know entrepreneurship like I did. And at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. But I took those pieces of paper from where they were to where they are now on Brad Johnson's wall. Okay, I think that pretty much says it all right there.
Right. Definitely. All right. Question 2.
So, yes, question 2. Let's do it.
All right. When do you stop being motivated and just do it?
Well, man, I'm a little disappointed. Okay, that's a poor question right there. That is not well worded. It's definitely not grammatically good or great either. So,
Right.
yeah, I don't like it. I don't think you ever stop being motivated. I mean, that's what I am all about. I'm about motivating people past where they are to where they could be, which is where I'm at.
Right. And the point is, if you ever stop being motivated, you will instantly fail. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
As soon as you lose that momentum, you're going to slide all the way back into being a loser.
All the way back.
And yeah, you won't have any money or friends or anything.
Yeah, people don't let it happen. So if you're just doing it like Nike would have you think that you should do, which actually I just want to point out, Nike, I've never pursued it, but I was the originator of the "Just Do It" slogan. Anyway,
Wow.
that's side note right there. But if you're just doing it without being motivated, like what? Can somebody say loserly?
Yeah.
Hashtag loserly.
I'll say it.
Well, I just did, so you don't need to. All right,
Okay.
next one.
Next one. Are you of the opinion that people find themselves or create themselves?
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Now that's not a bad question. I think, man, there's just so much to that. Do you find yourself or create yourself? So the first question that you have to ask is themself, okay? So that is talking about the self of them, which is you as yourself. Now, self, actually the etymology of that word is S, which is like it. So if it's something is like finesse, like that's the etymology there. And then elf. And elves are things that hide in the forest and are really hard to find. So it's a hiding in the forest ness is kind of what you get there. So it's like yourself is hiding in the forest and has that quality of hiding in the forest. So I would say that elves are good at hiding in the forest.
I agree.
That's kind of what they're known for, actually.
Right.
So but they had to be created at the same time. They didn't just
They didn't
begin
disappear.
hiding in the forest. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a combination is what I'm very eloquently saying.
So you just kind of have to create your own elf is what you're saying.
Yes, and then find it in the forest. Yeah. All right, next question.
Next question. What are your thoughts on mid-tier gasoline? Go big or go home. I mean, come on, man, grow up. Your mom still cut your chicken nuggets into stars for you? That's a great one.
That was going to be my reply. Sorry.
Okay. What are your thoughts on mid-tier gasoline?
Oh, oh man, that is. Oh, I'm glad somebody asked about this. It's about time. I feel like it's one of those things that's been at a gas station for so long, and people haven't even questioned it yet.
People need to be talking about this. I mean,
Yeah,
the middle button is never used. Like it's never worn out. Nobody does that.
Yeah, go big or go home, okay? I mean, come on, like, just grow up. Does your mom still cut your chicken nuggets into stars for you, you mid-tier gasoline person?
I say either go premium or get the dirtiest diesel you can get. Like either one.
Yeah, either
Show 'em
one.
who's boss.
Yeah, I mean, I only put premium into my Tesla and my Lamborghinis. They only get premium, only, ever. I mean, I get the gas receipts, to send to my accountant from my drivers, and every time they fill up my Tesla or my Lamborghini or the McLaren, I mean, any of my cars, always a premium, always a premium. Yeah. All right. That boom. So there you have it. Mid-tier gasoline. Forget it, people. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. Next question.
All right. So this one says, hello, good day. This Mr. James, I would like to know if you are available for tandem skydiving for my daughters. Also, do you accept credit card as a terms of payment?
Have we expanded into skydiving services?
I think we had tried that in Costa Rica, but I think
tandem
it got
part of it too. I think.
Yeah, I think it got shut down. But
so maybe there's like an old email that got kind of
it could be,
stuck on the filters.
Or it could be a new one.
Well, let's take him up on it, James. I want you to go. I want you to do that because we can make some money there.
Okay,
I like it. Yeah, so put that on your calendar. I know you're scared of heights, but I think you should get over it for the sake of the company.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I just had a business idea. What if another way to monetize this? We create an Airbnb skydiving experience. Yeah. You know how they have like the local experiences, like you sleep in an airplane, and then in the middle of the night, the pilot just pushes you out the side door, and you have to like skydive to the ground. How cool would that be?
You'd have to. We're not doing the Airbnbs. Remember, James? We have a subsidiary of BJS Enterprises now. That's the Air Sea and Seas.
But it would literally be an Airbnb because it's in the air.
Well, but it needs to be an Air Sea and Sea because
right. Air Sea and Sea.
That's further on the alphabet, better in that way. It's coffee and croissants. I mean, who could turn that down? So yeah, I think as long as we had like a vacuum sealed coffee cup, we could probably make that happen. And definitely make sure the butter's melted onto the croissant before you jump out of the plane, because if it's not, it'll probably the butter would fall off, which can't have that. All right, that's great. All right, so good. Thanks, guys, for the questions. Let's pick up the quality a little bit. I was really hoping for more for the first burning question episode of season 3, but I mean, with the audience that we have, I guess you can only expect so much. But send them in at Brad Johnson Show. We'll answer them. I'll answer them, and I will knock them out of the park. So now it's time to bring these down a notch, because we are going to take a little stroll, you and I, together, locked arm in arm and in ear to ear, as we go down to the wellness well and dip our mind buckets into the well and be healthy. This is part of the show where we talk, as always, with my good friend, my pal, my partner in healthy crime, Sky. Sky, how is it going, my man? I'm so glad to have you back on season 3.
Brad, it is so good to be back with you. I've missed being with you guys. I was able to go on a retreat during the break. It was fantastic, but I'm glad to be unretreating now and being back to normal.
Yeah, no, and getting your contract renewed was really good. You really drive a hard bargain. I'll say that, but I think getting you back on was definitely worth it.
I do, but you know what? I offer one-of-a-kind information that you can't get anywhere else. And it's for a good reason, because it's the only source of health and wellness truth. There's only one well, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I found. I mean, we're always looking at other options and stuff. No offense, but there was just nothing else like what you do. Nothing. I mean, literally nothing.
Exactly. And that's really what I strive to do. Like, I go against the grain in every aspect of my life, and it just creates such a draw, and people are so curious, and it's just a fantastic way that I've found to develop and run what I do.
Well, and the negative health effects of grain make it more important for us to be going against the grain.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So today we are talking about feet, and that is kind of a disgusting topic, generally speaking, unless you have well manicured feet like mine. But and that's what this is all about. Is there's a big problem with modern footwear. Sky, tell us about that.
There really is, Brad. So the problem with modern footwear is that it still is separating you from the earth. Okay, so as soon as you slip on a pair of shoes, you're immediately removed from Mother Earth. You become suspended above her. And, with all these people walking around with shoes, it's really just so hurtful to Mother Earth, because we're just disconnected. There's no connection there.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about today is the best minimalist shoe you can get. Because we really want to foster that connection with Earth, but some people still want to be able to have some style for their feet, maybe to cover up if they have really nasty toenails or something.
Oh man, I love it, love it. And you were telling me that the human foot has 28 bones, 30 joints, and more than 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Now those numbers right there are bigger than I thought they would be. I never knew that there were that many bones, and I would guess though that somebody like me, who's as hashtag jacket as I am, there'd be more than 100 muscles going on there. But you got to take care of them. That's the bottom line.
Exactly. So there are some things you could do to take care of your feet without separating you from the earth, and that's what these minimalist shoes are all about. So basically, what it does is it just takes the sole right out of the shoe. So it's like you could wear Nike Airs or Vans, whatever you want, but these shoes have the sole removed, so you're still in constant contact with the face of the planet. Because that's really where we draw so much of our energy is from the Earth's face. I don't know how the face wraps around the entire thing. But that's still just how it works.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the healthiest foot is the barefoot. Obviously, we all know that. That's kind of common knowledge. But the second best option is so you take designer shoes and you just cut the bottoms out of them, and then those are your proprietary shoes that you sell to people.
Exactly. And the thing is, we can actually recycle the soles after they're removed and make a second pair of shoes.
Wow.
So you can actually take one pair of shoes and create two. Like, how amazing is that? Like, that's how we're going to save the earth, is by cutting in half, literally, the number of shoes that people use in the earth.
Yeah. If you recycled the number of shoes that people that you do, like when you cut off the thing, then I mean that would stretch around the earth like at least half the time.
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love it. Okay, so people need to go check out Sky's barefoot shoes. Those, man, I've got a pair on right now. Even though I'm in my ice bath right now, and I still am wearing these shoes because I just can't take them off. They're so good,
That's
so stylish.
Right there.
You know it, brother. All right, thanks, Sky. You've just saved somebody's feet, and that is saying a lot.
You're so welcome, Brad, and everyone keep kicking.
All right, thanks for coming to the Wellness Well with me, people. It's time now for the sound of my social footprint. Oh yeah, we are keeping this segment in here in season 3. We didn't do it a whole lot in the last part of season 2, and that's just because there's so much other stuff to get to. But it's time for me to read what you guys have to say, but what I have to say, and say what I have to say about that. All right, James, let's get into some of this social media action. I'm so stoked for this.
Me too. All right, so our first tweet comes from Debbie Bowyer, who says, "Not sure I agree. I don't have to win to be successful. Just fulfill my own goals."
Oh man, I remember this this little interchange with Debbie. Yeah, she ended up coming around, seeing things my way. So Debbie, shout out. Yeah, and what I tried to just point out to her is that you don't have to win to be successful. Just fulfill your own goals, except unless your goal is winning, and then you win and you fulfill the goal at the same time. Boom.
Makes sense. All right, our next one comes from Michael G. Cox.
Oh, super fan.
There he is. So he says, "Can't wait to see the new standing bed from @BradJohnsonShow. #innovation. #BradKnows. #BJS Enterprises."
Oh yeah. No, Michael G. Cox knows what's up. When the standing bed comes into production, it is going to be flying off the shelves. Yeah, I can't wait.
You'll be the first to know. And if you hit us up, we'll send you a coupon.
Yeah, we could even do that for our super fan. Next one.
This comes from Coindonomics, who says, "Great minds think alike. We should be networking."
I agree. We should always be networking. I think that's ABN. The ABNs of entrepreneurship is always be networking. Definitely.
Right. All right, this is from Dimitri Medi, who says 5,000 followers, $40, 10,000 followers, $70, 15,000 followers, $100.
That is so wrong. That is so
setting
wrong.
his sights so low here.
Well, with 15,000 followers, you should be able to make $15,000 a day, like without a problem.
From each follower.
Yeah, from each follower. So I don't know. If you have 15,000 followers and you're only making $100, there's something wrong. Something wrong. Okay, all right. You need to listen to the show there, Dimitri person. All right, next one.
All right, the last tweet comes from AJ Shark 49, who says, "If not you, then who? If not now, then when?"
Wow, I love it.
That is a
AJ
knee
Shark
slapper.
49. Love it.
I'm
love it,
slapping
love
my
it.
knee as we speak.
And he's a shark too. So AJ, hit me up. I've got some more ideas, like the standing bed, but even better, which is saying something. So hit me up if you're a shark and you want to invest. Then let's win together, brother. All right, man. If you want to get your social media action, sign on my social footprint on the Brad Johnson Show. All you got to do is tweet at us, book your face, Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. You know the drill, people. Make it happen. Thanks so much for listening today, and remember to get your questions in for the next Burning Question episode. It's going to be amazing, like this one was already, but it'll also be amazing because it'll just be amazingness later. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Ciao.
You've just listened to an episode of awesomeness. Now, go out and spread the awesomeness and help others fix the mess that is their life and help them stop being elusive and start winning in business, health, and their personal life by getting them to listen to The Brad Johnson Show. Book your face, tweet your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.